So, what I had was actually earlier I had more of girls who were best friends and less of boys who were like best friends. And even if they were there, I wasn't much open or comfortable with them. Like ऐसा सीन था कि boys were bros, ठीक है ना? But girls were just a little bit much more than that. Something like they were a bit more, and not in a romantic way actually, but because now I know and I feel that they were just more empathetic between the two genders actually. Like boys got your back in fights, ठीक है? But girls got you in life. So that was the scene actually, like kind of that. So what was with you actually? Did you also have the same experience like?
And I had a lot of close friends who were girls, and I believe, yeah, because also guys, we
You can
don't know
just
how to
say it,
deal
bro.
with
Yeah,
problems.
we
No,
were.
no, no. What I'm trying to say is, guys don't know how to deal with problems, especially if it's an emotional one. We're not
Yeah, man,
good
we
at it.
don't.
Yeah, so we learn it from women. I'm really thankful to all the women who have been in my life, be it my mother, my sister, my friends, my relationships. I hope my parents don't watch this. So I've been really thankful that they've taught me how to be empathetic, how to be understanding, which guys wouldn't do because as I said, we can't deal with our own emotions. We don't know if we are feeling emotional because we have been taught that famous line that मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता या फिर मर्द रोते नहीं है. That tells you to keep your all your emotions in a box and not to acknowledge them. That you learn from women mostly in your life.
I'm happy
So
about
girls
this.
have been.
Yeah, I'm happy about not this, but I'm happy about the thing which is changing right now. Just when you were saying, I just got the thought कि ये सेम बात ये कब से सब चलता जा रहा था ना, मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता एंड स्टफ. Then in the legendary line from TVF roommates, when Mickey भैया says to his father-in-law, मर्द को अब दर्द होता है, मर्द अब रोता भी है and all those things, like he's sensitive
मर्द को
and
खुद
stuff.
के होता है.
Yeah, so he's needy and all those things. Like we have emotions and everything. It's good. It's good. The content up jo the new age content and everything. They are like making the man more human actually.
If you're boxing up your emotions and not acknowledging it, you're too busy trying to prove yourself a man. You haven't accepted that you are a man. Still trying to prove it, and not to the world, to yourself, that you are actually a man. So just
Yeah,
accept that you're a man.
yeah. So up the thing which comes is it's
Mm.
it's quite relatable for both of us as well. और अपनी lives को लेके भी अभी काफ़ी कुछ इसमें there are things which
Mm.
the people of our generation or of our age are going through right now. Okay, so इस पे
Mm.
भी एक अच्छा शेर है फजील जमीली का. तो ही
Mm.
सेज पुराने यार भी अब आपस में नहीं मिलते, न जाने कौन कहाँ दिल लगा के बैठ गया. Okay, says that. It's a very nice thing.
क्या बात क्या
So
बात है.
yeah, so the thing is that in our age we study, we work, we move on to make greater things in our life, somehow get separated from our friends or have distance, and maybe our choices sometimes don't match in life, our timings don't match, like for certain things maybe, and we have less time for each other, and we meet once in a while and try to make that count. Most of the time we meet our older friends and we try to reminisce the past or old memories for the sake of it. And believe it or not, but I'm sure you know that how hard it is to balance all the things at the same time. Like you are going
Yeah.
through it right now at the present moment as we speak. So I totally know that how hard it is to balance everything like work, study, family, friends, then if someone has a relationship, then that too. And like how do you balance that?
Uh, I'm lucky actually to have friends who are understanding, who understand my situation, and also if someone feels that there is a need to be to for hyper attention, you need all my attention every time, otherwise we are not friends. If I'm not you have to first of all acknowledge that the fact that people grow in their life, their personalities change with their experiences. If there is a if there is a friend in your life who is wise enough to understand this, then then only that friendship can sustain the changing time. And I'm lucky that I have such friends who understand. I'm not talking about you, who understand that someone is busy, and I also understand when I'm texting someone, because we are living in a era where connectivity is just a tap away. So if I'm texting someone and I'm not getting an instant reply, maybe sometimes I get a reply after 2 3 days, and sometimes even a week. But I understand that that person must have been busy in a job, or even if that person doesn't do anything in his real life, maybe they are not in that mental space to just reply to my question, or just the casual chit chat. So that understanding part has to be there, and not to take everything personally. And I have such friends who understand these things, and those who don't understand, I don't consider them to be my friends. They're just acquaintances. Even if I have a past history of like 10 years with that person, if that person is not able to understand this new aspect of my life, he's a stranger now.
This is where I come in actually. Okay. Many of my friends or people who might be listening this might say I'm a hypocrite. I might be, I don't know. Okay, but here's listen me out what I am trying to say. Okay. There's this thing what you said, okay. And as I said earlier, communication is very important for me. And in our case, that's a bit of this thing that maybe we talk quite less or not as much as we used to. But what I'm trying to say is that the quality of conversation or the quality of communication is really effective. And the thing is that when I really need you, or when I really like, I know that there is this thing that we both are in a different space, okay. So there is also this kind of understanding between each other that if someone is in need, you leave the rest behind and you'll give that person the time that he or she might need you right now. Like there is this thing, right, कि अभी तो काम में तो हम हैं बहुत बिजी, पर अभी ये कुछ एक सर्टेन एस्पेक्ट है जहाँ पे ये पर्सन को अभी इस चीज़ का रिक्वायरमेंट है. तो let's, because I've been that person, I know that I've been super busy and so for so many things I like stay busy all the time. But then when I don't talk to my friends or this thing for a long time, I try to check up on them, and when I can't and they try and approach me, I try and say them frankly कि जब मैं कि अभी मैं मेरा either mental space नहीं है, ठीक है. Sometimes they understand, sometimes they don't. That's a good thing. Okay. The second thing is sometimes when I sense or I feel that the other person is not in a good shape or not good mental state, I try and leave other things and try to pay attention to them, because I feel personally they deserve that as part of like this friendship thing what we are having, like this relationship. So there may be a lot of complaints from others about other things. But this is what I feel कि ये छोटी चीज़ एक these little things this matter a lot. ये slight एक understanding है ना, ये थोड़ा सा चाहिए लोगों के अंदर में कि ठीक है ये मेरे को डिस्टेंस से कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, एक हफ्ता एक महीना, that's not a thing. But whenever we have this conversation, we keep a constant tab on each other. How are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like what is the other person up to? What are their aims and dreams? What are they moving towards? And that's this thing. Or we try and catch up in a while, and then we like discuss things, and all those things are there. So that doesn't mean that the disconnect has to be there, or that detachment has to be there. That's what I'm trying to say actually. कि ये जो कम्युनिकेट कि वो डिस्टेंस भले यार कोई बिजी है कोई कहीं पे भी है रहो, दैट्स फाइन, आई एम ओके विद दैट, बट ये कांस्टेंट जो टच है ना उसको मत छोड़ो. उसके बाद यू कैन नॉट कम एंड आस्क मी और से मी कि वेयर हैव यू बीन, लेट्स कंटिन्यू वेयर वी लेफ्ट ऑफ. नो नो नो, आई एम इन अ डिफरेंट प्लेस कम्प्लीटली. अब वो लेफ्ट ऑफ वाला जगह ही चला गया ना. आई एम इन अ कम्प्लीटली डिफरेंट प्लेस. I've evolved, I've read a lot, I've experienced this and that, and I've been to a different mind space. And you weren't there to this thing, na? And if someone
But
is,
what I meant was, what I did not mean was to use it as an excuse every time someone approaches you. A friend, if a friend is approaching you, or any of your friends, multiple friends are approaching you, and you're using that silence thing as an excuse to,
yeah,
avoid that person. That's not cool.
yeah, yeah.
That's not
And
cool. And
if
you're
you
doing it
if you
bad.
need to avoid
Yeah.
someone, then just cut them off. No, like don't
Just
wait.
tell them frankly that you don't want to talk to them, and just don't keep them, on a
Yeah,
snooze.
don't keep them hanging. Yeah,
Just tell them that I'm not interested in this conversation, or let's not talk about this. I don't want to talk about it. So don't use silence as an excuse, or if you are in a capacity to help that person in that moment, in that situation, do it. That's what friends are for.
yeah,
That's what I meant. I did not mean to use it as an excuse. I mean, if you are really troubled in a time and you don't really have that space, maybe drop a text that I'm in so and so condition. I hope you understand. I won't be able to take this
yeah. And
forward.
we do
I'm
that.
really
You
sorry.
do that. Me,
Yeah,
I do
yeah,
that. We both do, and we like completely understand that it's fair.
yeah.
Like it's this thing. Like we need to understand this. That yeah.
But deliberately ignoring friends is not cool.
No, no, no.
You have to be.
I don't think that
That's not fair.
anybody कोई करता वो जो कर रहा है that person is just decepting the other person. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, so
Also,
for
if you're talking about the online thing, friendship online is very different. Having friends in real life, those who you meet and hang out with in real life, and having friends online. Some of my friends are online and they're amazing, like even better than the offline friends that I have in real life.
that
But
hurt.
most of the
Oh
time,
my god.
even we are online now, na? So that shouldn't hurt you.
So that isn't by choice, no?
Uh,
Yeah.
okay, maybe you should reconsider our friendship.
Okay, continue. Yeah.
I have friends who help me a lot online. But what I was trying to say is that this online chatting thing, constant being in touch, has, first of all, it has raised our expectation from the other person that, if he was active yesterday talking to me, he should be available today as well in the same manner. That's not possible. And there are people who don't understand it. For them, I said that,
I might be that
you
person.
should.
What do you do then? Like, what do you do? How do you maintain the warmth of a friendship or relationship if it's online? Like in this pandemic, we all have been like, we don't have that opportunity or that luxury to meet each other as often as we would like. And I might have made, let's just say, I might have made many friends online on social media or this and that. Okay.
Mhm.
And now I just want to maintain a warmth or a this thing with that person, like in
Mhm.
this friendship. How do you do that if you don't be in touch or if you don't know about each other and other? I'm not saying not being understanding about their mental health, but generally.
So sometimes I deliberately ignore certain people where I don't talk to them, but a lot of times I go extra mile for that people because I do care, but I cannot care about them all the time, because I too have a life. And sometimes they expect that I'll be available every time, those who are not really busy in their life. So I ignore them, but I also go and do extra. I go an extra mile for that person, and I do things that that they actually need. I'll talk to them for an hour or two. If they need certain suggestion, if they need certain help, I'll do extra things for them, and that's how I balance the things, with those people. It's not like I don't at all care about that person. I do, but there is a limit to it, and I cannot really stretch it. And there are other people with whom I'm actually, because your mentality cannot match with every person you have in your chat list. You have a certain aspect in your life that matches with some people, and there are very rarely there are people with whom you can talk about all the aspects of your life. Okay, so with them, I'm all the time active. I'm available for them. They are available for me. But there are people with whom I don't relate on certain things. So, and if they need me on those things, I try to avoid them. And then I go back, and then they'll ask me something. I'll go to them. I'll talk to them. You know, as I said, I'll go an extra mile for them. So that balances the thing out, and that's how the relationship sustain. I don't know if I've explained it well, but I hope you understood what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, sure. A feeling I have about friendship right now,
Mm.
presently, is
Mm.
this aspect as well. Like, friendship is needy to needy basis many a times, like needy to needy. Let me say what it is actually mean. Sometimes
Mm.
I am the needy one, sometimes
Mm.
you are the needy ones. Okay,
Mm.
like
Mm.
understanding to take a back seat is like very important, not to be selfish.
Mm.
Like, let me just say it is with like me and Aman. Like, me and Aman, we are like good friends,
Mm.
close friends and everything. We have this fan of fan connection. Okay, like
Mm.
he is my fan and I am his fan at certain places. कि
Mm.
कुछ होगा आपस में ही हो रहा है सब. क्या वो मेरा दो फैन है, मैं उसका फैन हूँ कि मेरे को उसकी कुछ चीज़ें इतना पसंद है कि जब उसको कोई
Mm.
लाइमलाइट मिल रहा है या उसको कुछ एक्लेट्स मिल रहा है, आई विल बी हिज फर्स्ट ऑडियंस. I'll clap, I'll applaud, I'll do like it means the same, but yeah, like taking pictures, making videos, like I'm genuinely proud of him. Okay, and when the same happens with me, he takes a back seat and he does
Mm.
goes out of his way, and he does stuff for me and things to make me like feel special, or at least just take a back seat to let me have it when he might be as important as any other person there. So
Mhm.
I feel that that's like quite a healthy way in a friendship to be proud of each other genuinely. लाइक ईच
Yeah,
अदर के बेस्ट
exactly.
सपोर्टर होना चाहिए. वो मेरे को
Mm.
लगता है काफ़ी हेल्दी चीज़ है. व्हाट डू यू थिंक?
Yeah, that is important. That growth aspect that you mentioned earlier also, that uh, two friends should encourage each other a lot of times, and also call out when you are wrong, because either way you are helping the other person grow in their life. So that's really important. Whatever way you can, if whether it is harsh or in a sweet manner, you should be there, helping them in growth of your friend. So that's really important in a friendship. And when that happens, it's magical. If your friend is supporting you and encouraging you, and also um, डांटता भी है तुम्हें, तो that's magical
ऑफ
to have a
कोर्स.
friend like that.
तेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि लाइक एनी रिलेशनशिप और इन दिस केस बेसिकली फ्रेंडशिप, लाइक
Mm.
इट शुड बी अनकंडीशनल, लाइक डू यू फील दैट ये
Explain unconditional.
like the relationship, or like or friendship, or the relationship between us, like should it be
Mm.
unconditional that I should be there for you no matter what, or whatever it be, like I'll be there for you,
Mm.
or maybe can you be
Okay,
completely can you be
I
completely
understood.
altruistic in your friendship? How do you manage expectations and all? Yeah.
I mean, you take that term unconditional and apply it to both the parties involved. Like, if you are supposed to be unconditionally available for me, I should also accept the fact that your unavailability is also unconditional for me. So even if you're not available for me at times, it's unconditional. I shouldn't mind it. That's how this relationship can improve or grow.
बट दिस इज अनसेड थिंग, नो मतलब ये अगर होगा तो ये किसी को
This
बोल नहीं
is
सकते.
unsaid.
ये अनसेड, बट
हाँ. हाँ, but even if you are at, okay, we are humans, we're not robots कि एक एक टर्म डाल दिया और इसी पे चलते रहेंगे. If you are hurt, that you needed the other party at time. I needed you, and you are not available, and I felt hurt about it. I should tell you because
Yeah,
communication
that's
is
what I feel
important.
too. Yeah.
So if I'm telling you and you are able to understand, or even if we have a small fight around it, but after a while, both of us cool down and we start talking about it again, we accept our issues. That's how you deal with problems, you know.
Yeah. I believe in altruistic, like, uh, emotions or intentions, but in a
Mm.
relationship, I don't believe it is completely applicable. May it be a romantic relationship or be it any kind of relationship. Even with parents, I think they expect something from us, we expect something from them, even though their love seems and it is most of the times unconditional only. But yes,
Also, there is a thing, no, it's about the personality type of a person. So, as I said, things are very subjective in these terms because let's say if we talk about mind, okay, so every human being has three compartments. Uh, in a way, the way they treat their life, the conditions in their life, or the circumstances, problems, issues, whatever it is, there are three compartments through which you deal with them. And there is one dominant in every personality, one aspect that is dominant. And that depends, that changes with from person to person. So the three compartments, I'll talk about the two. The third one is not important for this conversation. The
yeah,
two are emotional and intelligent. Okay, these two compartments. So there are people who will operate mostly on their from their emotional mind. Everything is an emotional trigger for them,
yeah,
and those are the people who suffer emotionally a lot. And then there are people who who treat their life problems and issues from their intelligence. So these, if we consider these two personality types or the brain functions, then the way they perceive the a friendship will also be different. So maybe you are a person who believes in the emotional side of a friendship, but I am a person who treats it from my intelligent side of the brain.
yeah,
That is dominant part of my body. So both of our philosophies will be different about the relationships, and the way I'll handle this aspect will be different from yours. And but if we, maybe you are emotionally attached to me, and I understand, my intelligence understands that, or your emotion senses that this person is uh, not emotionally involved in the way I am. Obviously, nobody can be 100% emotionless in a relationship whatsoever. So, but he understood that the intensity is not the same, but it's not that he's wrong. He's not interested. It's just that he has different way of treating this relationship. So yeah, I'm saying that things are subjective. If you are think that altruistic ही होना चाहिए, so maybe the person who in whom the intelligence side is dominant, he'll perceive it in a different way, and you should be fine with that, because ultimately that person doesn't have an ill intention for you. He is also trying to encourage you, but in his own ways. So
true.
एक middle ground में आना पड़ेगा दोनों को, उसको
Right.
समझते हुए. Too much ज्ञान, sorry.
No, no, no. It's completely like, I understand it. Yeah, true. So this brings me to the last question. Basically,
Mm.
that is feedback important in friendship to keep it healthy? Like, I used to take that a lot earlier. You might know that I might have taken from you as well and many other friends.
Mm.
I used to send those messages that,
PDF mails.
yeah, now what can I do and all those things. Well, now I've stopped. I don't know it's for good or what. But what do you feel like? Is genuine feedback important in friendship or in any kind of relationship? What do you feel? Yeah.
Feedback is only important when you can actually, contribute something to that feedback. Don't just mention ये गलत है, ये अच्छा है. If you think that there is something wrong, if I think that there is something wrong with you and you need to improve, I'll also, because I'm a friend and I consider you a close friend, I'll give it some time and attention from my life, and I'll try to think of a solution for it, that ये मुझे गलत लगता है and I think इसको ऐसे सुधार सकते हो. So that's when it is genuine. But anyone can do it. If you can just give it to a person who is your acquaintance and talk to him for like 1 hour about your life, and he can also give you a feedback. हाँ ये गलत है. If you're not communicating or you're not giving me feedbacks, then you're not really interested in the relationship. हाँ ठीक है, जैसे कर रहा है करने दो. मेरे को फर्क नहीं पड़ता. I have other options as well. उनसे I'll interact the way I want. So feedback shows that this friendship actually means something to you, or any sort of relationship means to you. That's really important for me.
Yeah, and the other person whom you share the feedback with, or if you are taking the feedback, they should be open to like not take that as insult or anything, but as a genuine concern from the other friend. He or she is trying to like
There is a way also of communicating
yeah
the
yeah
feedback now.
yeah एकदम harsh में कि तू ऐसा गाली गलौज करके that's not the
When
way.
you're making it worse, that's not mature of you to do it that way.
Yeah.
And also, if you are being, if you are communicating your feedback in a very, gentle manner, and even that triggers the other person, and he's not gentle to your feedback, or actually considering the points that have been mentioned and talking about it, and instead he's hurting you emotionally and
defending or something.
yeah. Defending is still okay. Maybe he's trying. If he is explaining his circumstances which you are not aware of, then that's okay. But agar wo excuse there are things that he has said already 100 times, but those things are not applicable anymore, then that's not.
I'm fine with defending, but if someone is just justifying those wrongdoings, that's
a toxic thing.
Yeah, that's a bit
justifying your wrong doings is a toxic thing.
Yeah, that's
a bit. I have had friends who do that.
Yeah, we both have some of the experiences we know and some we don't, but yeah, we both have that. Yeah.
And it's good to distance yourself from such people who try to justify all their actions, all their shortcomings.
Many times it just takes time for people, मतलब अभी होता है ना कई बार, क्योंकि as I said कि जब किसी को कुछ बताओ, या whenever you say something or whenever you hear something, some critique about yourself, your work or anything, the first thing which gets attacked is your ego. मैं कैसे गलत हो सकता हूँ? How can I be wrong? I'm not wrong. I didn't have ill intentions or anything, because when it happens subconsciously, you don't know. Like because it has happened with me. Many a time someone has said me that you were wrong somewhere, or you said this thing wrong, or you did this thing which was wrong in action. I was instantly in defense mode. I was not wrong. I didn't do it with ill intentions, because I have always honest intentions and this and that. But maybe because of certain things or certain whatever actions or circumstances, you might have said something or done something which wasn't you were thinking right, or you were not in the right shape of mind. And then as I took a little bit of time, I thought about it, I understood it, then I went and apologized, and I corrected it in myself. That's how you evolve. That's how, when people say that life is an ever learning process, ever evolving, you learn until you die, all these things mean this only, right? You have to be open to accepting everything.
You have to be self-conscious, self-critical at times as well.
Yeah.
You can't always think, you can't, live your life out of your ego cannot be the driving force of your life.
Yeah, like blaming every time, this and that.
Yeah. If you're blaming too many people, then definitely something is wrong with you.
Yeah. हर बार लोग कैसे गलत हो सकते हैं? वो भी होता है. There is this person, कभी एक वो है ना, एक स्टूडेंट या स्कूल में ऐसा कुछ रहता है that like I have heard this experience from a friend who used to say that I have never been bullied in my life in school. Okay, I was like, fine, it's good, you were lucky, you had people like that. And when he said about certain things, then I realized that he was the bully. Okay, so many times people don't realize that they might be the villain or this thing. No, it's completely acceptable that you have not been bullied or you didn't have the experiences, but many times you have to think that was I the person who was doing those things actually. So
That's where
introspection,
introspection is
yeah, बहुत
required.
important है. True, true. So here we come to the end of the podcast. It was great. So I have this like through Robin Sharma, I got to know about this Quaker missionary called Etienne Grellet. Okay, and
Mm.
so he said one interesting thing that I want to end it with. He said,
Mm.
I expect to pass through this world, but once any good thing, therefore, I can do, or any kindness that I can show to any fellow human being. Let me do it now. Let me not differ or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again.
Mm. Elaborate this for your
Yeah,
audience.
yeah. Basically, they're saying just whatever you want to do, any good thing, or you want to help someone,
Now
and
is the
all those
time.
things. Yeah, now is the time. Just do it now. You may not
Mm.
have the same circumstances, same time, same luxury of things in your life
Mm.
again. Maybe if you want to do something, just go and do it. Or maybe the circumstances or opportunities come very late, or it's never the right
Before it's
time.
too late, now is the right time.
Yeah, you don't know about your life, what's your next day gonna be, and all
Mm.
those things. So yeah, just it's very I find this thing, this quote or this saying very interesting. Like, let me do it now, and yeah,
If you want to tell your friend that you really appreciate him, just call him or her and say that, जो गाली देनी है उसको दे दो कॉल करके.
just talk and just say. And even if they many a times, I know that from personal experience, people don't respond instantly to certain
Mm.
things. ठीक है, क्योंकि मेरे केस में आई नो दैट इफ देर इज अ गुड अमाउंट ऑफ डिस्टेंस, I
Mm.
might take some time, or people might take some time, and I might not be there emotionally anymore, or I might be available in the future. I don't know, but you need to say something so good, or you need to say something at least good enough for me to consider to go back to that thing again where you left off. So those things are there
Also,
for, but
there is a thing that, especially in my case, that I believe that there are certain friendships or relationships that don't need to grow like
yeah,
your other friendships. Not every relationship has to grow into something,
yeah,
meaningful all the time. If there is a limit to it, just let that limit be. Because I have friends with whom I do not talk, but they are like, they used to be really close to me, but it's not like they are toxic to me. It's just that
yeah, drifted
we are
apart.
busy in our own life, drifted, not even drifted apart. Even if we try to be in touch with that, it's not really possible at this moment. Maybe sometime in future we'll get back. They are still nice to me. I'm nice to them. If I
Yeah,
go to the same city, they'll be the first ones who will come and meet me, and we'll talk about the same things where we had left off. So there is that dimension to friendship as well. Not every relationship has to be always interactive, not interactive, but always in touch, hyperactive, you know. So
true,
there are people, as I said, there are different types of personalities. So there are other people also who believe in these type of friendship as well. They too have close friends with whom they'll hang out regularly. But you are also a part of their life, but only dormant for a phase. And once you are active again in the same way that the way you used to be earlier, and that's also fine. Not every relationship has to grow into a significant one like the ones you have currently in your life.
true.
That's what I believe, and that's how I deal with certain friendships.
So yeah, that was my closing thought. And like, do things now. Do good things. Help each other. Spread love.
Mm.
That's what
Like,
I.
share, subscribe, help people.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I was going to come to. But yeah, like one of my favorite bands and like my all-time top favorite bands, it's Coldplay. You can see there. That's this thing. So they also spread this message, basically all about love and
Mm.
compassion into the world, and that's what I'm trying to do as well with my work, to create empathy, to create awareness and more compassion and love, and which we all do. So yeah, let's do that. And thank you all for watching and listening, whoever is watching everywhere. Please subscribe or follow. If you're listening this to on Spotify, then please follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can connect with me on Instagram at mediocrity resistance. Please like this video, share it if you liked, share your thoughts in the comments कि friendship आपको क्या लगता है, what are the aspects that you go through, and what kind of things that you'd want to see us talk about in the coming videos or podcasts. And yeah, it was really
If
nice.
you have a problem in your friendship, just write it down in the comments and यश साहब आपको हेल्प करेंगे comments में solutions के साथ
Or I'll
कि
uh,
friendship
or
है.
I'll get you uh, or I'll get you a contact to a mental health professional if that's needed.
Yeah,
So yeah, I'm not a
definitely.
professional there, but yeah. So yeah, thank you.
All
Chalo, bye
right. Thank
Nitish.
you for having me.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Take care.